Hold on a second. Little Jimmy, I knew you were watching some porn. I told you not to.
Welcome everyone to Gameshow Review, the new series where I'll be reviewing them game shows on Discord or any other websites. Twitter, Instagram, Google. Who uses Google+? You'll be able to recommend me a game show to review in the comments of this video if you want. Anyway, so, like I said, today we're gonna review a special game show that's in my heart. We're gonna review Crust. Let's hope, it's a good one, and let's hope I don't cross the line. Alright, firstly, we need to know what we're going to do to rate the game show, you see, because if we don't have anything, how do we rate a game show? What criteria is there to have a good game show? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the first criteria. Originality. The originality of the game show is very important. You don't want to copy. You don't want an exact same Big Brother over and over and over again. That's done. That's a show you can watch on TV. You don't have to make one. You don't have to host one, even if you like it much. I prefer to review game shows that are not drifting from Big Brother. Simple. Originality is centered around the rules of the game, the challenges, the twists, how frequent they are, and how original they are. Then we have production value, which is how well are the hosts hosting, how do they host, how they categorize stuff, and how they deal with rule breakers. Simple. And then finally, we have a last category, which is called the cast, which is centered around the players that play, how they're chosen, what kind of gameplay they use in the game show, and if they're good simply. Each of those categories will be ranked out of 10, and that will do a total out of 30. If the game show score is lower than 15, I say no. And if it's 15, I say no. If it's above 15, I say yes to that game show. And I give you the link to the game show in the description. Boom, you got it? Got it. Alright, we'll move to the first category. Originality. First in originality, we gotta rate the rules. But to better understand the rules, we gotta explain what the rules are. And that's gonna be a pain for Crust. Trust me. Crust is a game show similar to Big Brother and Survivor, hosted by Exotic. The game is separated in rounds. Each round, there is a Golden X challenge, where the top 3 to 1 players will get the Golden X. They will each cross several people, depending on their score and how the host separates the crossings. This is similar to the HOH, but with multiple HOHs and a lot more nominees. Then we have the double cross challenge, similar to the veto, except only the cross players playing it, and the winner is safe, with a double vote unless it's merged. Then, there's the voting. Every other player that isn't crossed or Golden X votes. Pretty normal, like BBR so far. If there's a tie, every Golden X has to break the tie by voting 2. Also, just like Survivor, things are hidden. There's gold lightning X's that is not a twist, but it's a gameplay element like the idols that are on Survivor. They allow you to have a chance of coming back when you're out, and if you're on the following round, if you win Golden X. At the final, every player will vote for a winner, and finally, there will be a winner, and everybody will vote. God damn. Oh, wait. It's not finished? There's also groups, which define what players will be able to talk to, who they're going to be able to talk to. There's also the X Zone, which is another gameplay element, where people from different groups, a limited amount of people in each group will be able to join the X Zone and then talk together about votes and about strategy, and that's it. No, wait, that's not it! That's not it! Because there's also the final 6, which is a double elimination, where there's one Golden X that crosses 4 other people, one person wins double cross, and then 2 other people that are safe. That means the double cross winner and the one he didn't cross have to vote for safety for one other person. And then if there's a tie, then the other person that didn't get a vote has to break the tie, and then the 2 people are eliminated, the person that voted to break the tie, and the person he chose, and that's it. So, after all those gameplay elements, is this original? Is this nice? Well, I do think so. Because after all, have you heard all of that? That's so different from Big Brother and Survivor, but a bit similar at the same time. A lot of it is drifting away from BB and Survivor. It's called inspiration, and it's well made. The concept of many HOHs that nominates many people is very interesting and opens a lot of new possibilities. Groups here are not used for voting, but for allies, and that's a more social aspect of the gameplay and of the rules, and it's not technical like most rules in a game show. So here you have strong rules, able to open many different twists. But there's a small exception. There's a flaw in those rules. You see, if someone is able to win Golden X every single round, they're safe for the entirety of the game. And there's nothing saying that someone is not able to win Golden X twice in a row. Which means someone can win Golden X all the time. You see, that's fine, they're deserving. But what about the people that are in strategy and social, that aren't comp-based? That makes Cross only a comp-based game. And it's not what it is. It's really not what it is. Cross is not only a comp game. So that kind of makes it so for the game to be equal, it relies on twists, which is not fine at all. If you have to have a twist every single season to make it equilibrated, it's not fine. We need some raw seasons, some stuff like that, but instead we get this. Talking about twists, what do we have here? Well, we have a lot of special twists, some of them drifted away from BBN Survivor again. Here's a few examples. The sit out safety, which allows you to sit out for a few rounds and not be able to participate in any competitions, but not being able to be crossed either. Which is kinda simple, but still interesting sometimes. There's the trial, which is exactly like Redemption, except you have 3 people in it. There's the Lovebirds, which make 2 people play as one like the twins, except they stay together till the end. And there's Dark Energy, finally. My personal favorite that I was never able to test. When you get crossed or when you win stuff, you gain some Dark Energy, and when you have too much Dark Energy, you'll die. You're able to also release your Dark Energy to get a power. And that's very interesting and very, very risky too. And that's only a few twists. There's a lot more. There's 12 seasons of Cross currently, plus some 0.5 seasons that are also amazing. And smaller. Go check out the wiki of Cross, or ask Zolek about more twists if you need confirmation that are so original and good. Finally, let's talk about challenges. This is where it hurts for Cross. Because you see, Xolic has the possibility of making so many different original challenges. He has done it, he has a lot of creativity. But there's a big problem. He uses mostly app challenges. And that hurts the game so much, because he uses the same challenges over and over and over and over again, which kinda hurts the frequency too. In conclusion, for originality, it's nice, it's original, but there's still a bunch of things that are similar to BBN and Survivor, so I gotta give it a 7 out of 10 for original. It's not so bad. You get a 7, you need a 15 or above to give me a yes. So that's already half of the points there. Good job. I'm removing points for the repetition of the challenges, the slight similarities to BBN Survivor, and also because of the flaw in the game. Prediction value. Now that's a nice thing. We're gonna talk about the quality of the production value, because that's what matters the most. So, Xolic is an amazing host. He does his job professionally, as well as being funny and engaging with the people in the cast. That's amazing. He doesn't let his problems go too far. He easily deals with problems like cheaters and stuff. He's very strict about that. You're gonna see later in the review. So I do have to mention one thing. He has many times left the server to take a break, which means he has a small problem with his mental state and stuff. But recently, he's came back and he's went full energy on it without complaining a single time. So I believe that he's gonna stay for a bit while now and it's gonna be better. Now, also, Xolic has what you can call helpers or a production team. Those help them with stuff, with alliances, with all of that, and also with submitting. Many of them are inactive, but there's a few that are. Like, Octon is active, Gar is active, Ryan is active. But remember, a production team is optional, so he's not gonna lose a lot of points for inactivity there. What really matters is how they go with rule breakers. That's a big point too. Offer quality is another one. I'd say that the second one in production team is the third one in terms of production value. Xolic is very strict about it, like I said previously. He has strict rules about it. Example, you screenshot something, you send it, you may get a strike or you may even be ejected immediately. Talking in DMs with a spec or other players can get you ejected immediately. Or just a strike, I don't know, it depends. Not talking for 24 hours is a strike and 48 hours is ejection. So you really have to be active. You need 3 strikes to be ejected, so it's pretty strict, it's not a lot, you really don't need much to be ejected. Jog doesn't joke with it, so you better get your ass on your sofa and calm yourself down and say, okay, I'm gonna follow the rules, play fairly. 4 people in Season 4 got ejected for cheating and having a side server where they will talk about the game. That is not allowed in the rules, and he kicked them all out without a single hesitation. My conclusion for the production value, it's extremely good. I'm giving out a 9 out of 10, only removing for the inactivity of the helpers. It's simple. Just get more active helpers and you're gonna be on your way for a very good production value. Let's talk about the cast now. So, what about the quality of the cast, the diversity, you know? Well, firstly, he has a lot of newbies. He has a growing community every time, and he gets new newbies almost every season, which is amazing. Having a growing community is amazing for your show. It's not gonna die out with the same players over and over and over again. Well, he does have a lot of returnees coming back again and again. Those returnees are extremely good, so they match up perfectly. One thing though, newbies are kinda lame. You see, many newbies recently have been weak and not really interesting to see. Of course, there's a few that haven't. There's a bunch that have though. Like in Season 11, almost the entire cast was lame. There was only like 2 or 3 people that were actually interesting to see, and it was a big failure of a season. But currently we have Season 12 and it's an extremely good season, and there was newbies in it. Something else, the size of the cast. That is a big thing in Crossed. Crossed has its smallest season at 11 players, and its biggest season at 31. That's a lot. That's a very big size difference. But the thing is, with Crossed, you can pretty much give as many players as you want. It's a quick game, there's a lot of twists that let it go faster, and it's fun to have a lot of people, then there's more competition. So really, in Crossed, size doesn't matter. In conclusion, for the cast, I give it a 9 out of 10, only removing a point for the kind of flame of newbies, and that's pretty much it. There's really nothing wrong in the cast of Crossed. It was amazing playing in those, and there's just a bunch of amazing people. Now, before we get to the final conclusion of the final score, you're probably already added up now. We're gonna go on an interview with Xalik. He accepted it, and I've got him 7 questions. 7 questions for him. Let's see how he answers them.
Oh, hi.
Yes. Hi. Okay. So my first question, Xalik, is what pushed you to make Crossed?
Oh man, starting hard. Well, basically it was just the fact that I loved Survivor and Big Brother, and I just learned what a randomizer was. So I literally got onto randomizer.com, the best one obviously, and I took a bunch of Mario character names and I threw them together, and I just started doing a weird mix of Survivor and Big Brother.
Oh, it started out as a randomizer.
It started off as a randomizer with Mario characters, and I think I still have it somewhere.
What is your favorite season?
Oh man, okay. Favorite season's a hard question because there's a lot of them. Like 19, I think we're at right now. I think it's gonna be Season 5, honestly, and I'll explain why. In Season 5, it was Crossed New Blood. The whole premise of it is that I was tired of seeing people from Season 1, aka the returnees, always winning. Season 1 we had Pahi win, Season 2 was Pahi again, Season 3 was DJ, Season 4 was Error, and Season 5 I didn't want anyone coming back, so it was a clean slate. All new cast. Really, really risky though, because if it failed, it would have failed hard and possibly killed the show, so I'm really glad it didn't fail, and it was actually pretty enjoyable since it got me like one of the best twists, if not the best twist in Crossed, which is the bloodbath. Alright, Jacob. He was our first non-Origins winner, meaning that the first 4 seasons were won by people from Season 1, so Season 5, Jacob won. And not only did he won in a way that no other winner until then had won. And it was just nice to see a different approach. He won the most golden X's out of anyone that season, but he did so without getting caught for it. He never got crossed a single time.
Okay.
And he was just all around probably the best social player
That's nice. So your favorite season is season 5.
Season 5, yeah, it was just nice and refreshing. It was good to see so many new faces. A lot of all-stars came out of it. I liked it.
Alright, so what player do you enjoy seeing the most?
Okay, that's a hard one because I'm a little biased. Like if I was just saying favorite person to have in the community, it would probably be Octon. Obviously, I loved seeing him in season after season 1. He got out. He was the very first person ever crossed out, and then he came back in season 2, almost got out immediately again, and then kind of just really powered through until Final Four, where he got robbed again. And seeing him in season 6 and season 3.5, getting close, so close, but then getting just like taken down time and time again. It was just sad. But I don't think he's the answer. I think that we need someone that's better off as multiple story arcs than the same one. So in this terms of maybe the best story arc, I'd say it's Octon, going from like first boot to champion to co-host. That's the best story arc in Crossed. But I think the best player in Crossed, in my opinion, my favorite player to watch at least. Oh man, I think it's got to be Sandwich because he's just so fun. He's such a fun guy. He's always active. That helps in a player. He gets casted a lot.
Wait, who?
What?
Who did you say?
Sandwich.
Oh, oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, obviously. The confessional king. After his first season, he got robbed at the double elimination. And then he came back for, I think it was season 7, right? And then he got taken down by a new rival, Brayden. Because like with Sandwich, it was like he was just the cool, laid-back, fun guy, learning the game, going through the ropes, accidental, really good social game. Won a lot of challenges, got crossed once, and the only time he did, he was out. The thing with Sandwich is that he has multiple different story arcs. In season 5, he was the chill, laid-back guy who got out. Season 7, he was given a nemesis in the form of Brayden, and that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I'm really sad that it ended so soon. And then he didn't come back for a little bit. Sandwich. He came back in season 8.5 actually, and almost did it all again, but can't the Lightning X challenges with his 2 Lightning X's. He took me out. Sandwich took me out, and that takes balls. So kudos to him.
Alright, so that's Sandwich being the best player for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And then season 12 he did kind of poorly, but again, it was because he's such a threat.
Okay. Do you often hesitate with why you do this, and if you should continue, and why?
Oh yeah, all the time. I literally I almost quit the show after the All Stars failed so badly. I was just kind of messed up, and I actually it's not finalized yet, but season 19 might be my last one until I decide to either renew myself or give it to someone else.
Well, yeah, and I was kind of fearing that you would give up again after season 11 coming out as a very bad season.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think the thing is, after a bad season, you get so excited with the prospect of a really good season that it just kind of motivates you to keep going. And season 11 was probably one of the worst. Season 12, one of the best, top 3.
What twist do you love the most, and which do you hate the most?
Okay, well that's pretty easy. Love is between Dark Energy and Bloodbath.
Oh, I share that same.
Hate. Well, fucking. Sorry for cursing. Gotta be Mythos or Chronos. Mythos was more of the mythic struggle, and now it's just a rehashed trio trials, and it was just confusing, and it gave power to specific people that couldn't be taken away, and that was all annoying.
It was more on the story arc.
Yeah, and that didn't even go anywhere. And the whole final one thing was pretty bad. Chronos, it's just a mess. I say Chronos honestly. Chronos was worse than Mythos. But then favorite is just the fact that I was able to bring back Top Dogs, Underdogs, Dark Energy, and it worked. We actually had 1 death. I only wanted 1 death from Dark Energy this season, and that's what we got. Iron died. Just to like kind of scare people and motivate people. And Bloodbath has always been fun. We got a lot of robberies from Bloodbath. Like, let me think. There was the triple elimination in season 5 of not Happy. That was 5-5. There was a triple elimination of Happy, Expo, and Cactus.
Oh.
But yeah, Bloodbath is fun. So yeah, Bloodbath, I guess.
And the one you hate the most?
Hate the most is Chronos, obviously.
Okay. So, If you could have changed one thing in a previous season, what will it be?
Oh man, could this be like players, or casting, or placement?
Yeah, anything you could.
Anything. Oh, literally anything. Okay, I would. Yeah. I'm gonna say season 4. If Sham and Drew and Moose and Hunter hadn't cheated, it would have been the best season. So I would have changed the fact that they cheated.
Finally, last question. If you had to change the rules of Crossed, what would you change?
Oh man, like what does that even mean? Like literally change how the game works?
Yes. What would you do? What would you change?
Changing the entire game. Maybe if I were to change everything, I would make it so that Double Cross is played by everyone. Like the power of veto, honestly, but more. Or I would do something completely different. Maybe I would add in a. I wouldn't really change anything. I would more so add on to it. Like, oh, I have a good idea. Instead of. This is hard. You gotta let me think about this for a second. I'm just gonna ramble. If I could change anything. Oh, how about this? People with lightning X's that get out are a ghost for the round they get out in. And despite the fact they're out of the game, they get to be a ghost and kind of say and do whatever they want in the round they're in until the round ends. Kind of like haunting the people that got them out.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all the questions I had, and I got several good answers, so thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Well, that was nice. Let's go to the conclusion now. La 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 la. In conclusion, I recommend you playing Crossed. It's got some amazing gameplay, an amazing cast, amazing host, amazing things, and with a score of 25 out of 30 that it deserves, you really have to check it out. If you have time, of course. I'm not forcing you. No game show is perfect, this one isn't, but it's extremely good still. It's got the spice, it's got the cream, it's got the perfect mix to make an extremely good salad. Not a perfect one. And to be honest, from my personal experience, I've played 3 seasons, I've came 3rd, then 12, then 25. Yeah, I know. Downgrading. On that side note, join Crossed. The link is in the description. I hope to see you there. I hope you enjoy the game too if you try it out. This game show gets a yes for me. A big fat yes. And I hope, seriously hope, it continues for a while. Cue the outro.